This is the story of a man who had absolutely nothing, no money, no clear future, and no hope until he discovered one remarkably simple secret. He started waking up at 5 in the morning every single day, and in just 90 days, his entire life completely transformed. What he did in those early morning hours will shock you, and it might just be the exact answer you have been desperately searching for. Before we begin, I want to ask you something. What time are you listening to this right now? Where are you from? Drop a comment below and tell me. And please like and subscribe for more videos exactly like this one. In a grim industrial town where heavy factories operated day and night, lived a 32-year-old man named Oliver. Oliver worked as a night security guard at a massive shipping warehouse. Every evening at 8 o'clock, he dragged his feet to work. Every morning at 6 o'clock, utterly drained and physically exhausted, he trudged back home to sleep. His salary was pitifully small, barely enough to keep him alive. He lived in a cramped, tiny one-room apartment, but Oliver suffered from a pain far worse than just being poor. He felt completely trapped, stuck in an endless cage. Every single morning as he walked home past the quiet, sleeping town, he would catch glimpses of other people's lives through their brightly lit windows. He saw families happily eating breakfast together and men in crisp shirts heading out to respectable office jobs. Oliver would stare and think, "Will this bleak existence be my life forever?" He had desperately tried to change his circumstances. He had applied for better jobs, but he had only finished his basic high school education. He wanted to learn new skills, but after patrolling a dark warehouse all night long, he was far too exhausted to do anything except collapse into sleep. His mother lived far away in a quiet countryside village. She would call him once a week, her voice frail. "Oliver, my beloved son, when will your life finally get better? I just want to see you succeed before I pass away." Oliver would force a cheerful tone. "Very soon, Mother. I am working hard on it." But the reality was that he was not working on it, because he had no idea how. One freezing Tuesday morning, Oliver's phone rang sharply just as he was locking the warehouse gates. It was his older sister, her voice thick with panic. "Oliver, you need to come home right now. Mother collapsed. She is at the hospital." His heart stopped. He sprinted to catch the very first bus heading to their village. When he finally burst into the small clinic, his mother was lying motionless in a sterile bed. The doctor explained she had fainted from being overworked and immensely stressed. She needed prolonged rest and medicine their family simply could not afford. His mother weakly reached out and held his trembling hand. "Oliver, I do not have much time left. Please, my sweet son, do not waste your life like I wasted mine. Find a better way. Promise me." Oliver sat rigidly beside her bed. Suddenly, something deep inside his soul broke. It was not a break of sadness, but rather a break of intense anger at his own pathetic helplessness. He stood up and stepped outside the clinic into the freezing darkness just before the dawn broke. It was exactly 5 in the morning. The morning air was brutally cold, yet incredibly fresh. And right then, standing in that perfectly quiet dawn, Oliver made a monumental decision. "No more," he whispered fiercely. "I will absolutely not live like this anymore. I will find a way." On the long bus ride back to his town, Oliver noticed something peculiar. Sitting directly across the aisle from him was a distinguished-looking man in his late 50s. He was immaculately dressed in a sharp suit, quietly reading a thick hardcover book. Oliver immediately recognized him. It was Mr. Sterling, a highly successful, wealthy businessman who owned several large retail shops in town. What absolutely shocked Oliver was the current time. It was barely 6 in the morning. Why was a wildly successful millionaire casually traveling on a standard public bus right at the crack of dawn? Gathering his courage, Oliver leaned forward. "Excuse me, sir. Why are you riding this incredibly early bus?" Mr. Sterling slowly looked up and offered a warm smile. "Because I make it a strict habit to wake up at 4:30 every single morning. I purposefully use this quiet time to read, think, and strategically plan my entire day long before the rest of the world even wakes up." Mr. Sterling carefully studied Oliver's exhausted eyes. "You work the night shifts, do you not? When do you sleep?" "Usually from 7 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon," Oliver admitted. Mr. Sterling nodded slowly. "So, you are wide awake when the world rests and completely asleep when the world actively works and builds. No wonder you feel entirely stuck." He leaned closer. "Young man, let me share a powerful secret with you. The crucial hours between 5 and 7 in the morning are the true magic hours. That is the exact window of time when you can successfully build the life you truly want, while everyone else is still comfortably dreaming." "But how is that even possible for me?" Oliver asked. "I literally work until 6 in the morning." "Then you must forcefully change your sleep schedule," Mr. Sterling replied firmly. "Go to sleep the moment you get home at 6:30. Force yourself to wake up exactly at 11:30. That gives you 5 solid hours of rest. That is enough to survive for now. Then you can actually live your real, productive life when the rest of the world is wide awake. And if you are ever able to successfully transition to a day job, you must vow to wake up at 5 in the morning forever. That is the ultimate secret to extreme success." Mr. Sterling pulled out a pen and wrote his phone number on a business card. "If you are genuinely serious about changing your miserable life, call me. I will gladly show you exactly what to do with those early morning hours. But I warn you, this process requires a level of relentless discipline that most average people simply do not possess." That very same evening, Oliver boldly called Mr. Sterling. The next day, he met the businessman at a quiet cafe. Mr. Sterling pulled out a notebook. "The pure, uninterrupted hours strictly from 5 to 7 in the morning are your dedicated foundation-building time. 2 solid hours every single morning. That translates to over 90 full workdays gained just from waking up early in a single year." Mr. Sterling outlined the system. Hour 1, strictly from 5 to 6 in the morning, you will actively build highly valuable skills. You must rigorously learn a highly paid skill, master a new language, or study a profitable trade using free online courses. Hour 2, from 6 to 7 in the morning, you will relentlessly build your physical body and your mental fortitude. Exercise for 30 minutes, then spend the remaining time intensely reading or planning. He laid down the final rule. "I am officially giving you 3 full months. Relentlessly wake up early, build your skills, and build yourself. After those 3 months pass, come back and see me. If you have genuinely put in the agonizing work, I will personally help you secure a vastly superior career." The very next morning, Oliver's digital alarm violently screamed exactly at 5 in the morning. His exhausted body immediately launched a massive protest, but he vividly remembered his frail mother's face in that hospital. With a sudden burst of aggression, he forcefully stood up. The first week was sheer, relentless pain. Oliver practically dragged his heavy body out of bed. Exactly at 5 in the morning, he sat upright at his wobbly table, staring intensely at free advanced accounting and data analysis tutorials on the internet. Exactly at 6 in the morning, he commanded himself to vigorously walk around his dark neighborhood for 30 minutes, followed by deep reading. It was physically exhausting and immensely lonely. But then, something miraculous shifted right around day 20. One quiet morning, Oliver naturally opened his eyes exactly 2 minutes before his loud alarm was scheduled to ring. His resilient body had successfully adapted. The highly complex data tutorials were finally beginning to make perfect, logical sense. He was rapidly learning complicated data formulas and basic corporate accounting structures. By the end of the second month, Oliver had successfully completed 3 highly advanced online courses. He had noticeably lost extra weight from his daily vigorous walking. His once foggy mind now felt incredibly sharp. Deep into the third month, Oliver meticulously created a highly sophisticated, fully automated data spreadsheet to perfectly organize the massive warehouse's chaotic daily inventory. It was a complex system his massive company had somehow never bothered to properly implement. He confidently presented his brilliant creation directly to his harsh supervisor. The strict supervisor was utterly impressed. "Oliver, how on earth did you learn to build something this advanced?" "I strictly wake up at 5 every morning and relentlessly teach myself," Oliver replied proudly. On exactly day 87 of Oliver's relentless morning journey, his supervisor urgently called him into the main executive office. "Oliver, we are actively expanding our corporate accounting division. We desperately need a brilliant mind who understands our warehouse operations and possesses strong bookkeeping skills. The position is yours. It is a strict daytime shift, and it will immediately double your current salary." Oliver stood frozen. Barely 3 months ago, he was a miserable, completely hopeless nighttime security guard. "Exactly when do I officially start?" he managed to ask. "This coming Monday," the supervisor smiled. That very same evening, Oliver proudly picked up his phone and called Mr. Sterling. "Mr. Sterling, I successfully did it, and just today I was officially heavily promoted." Mr. Sterling's voice was deeply warm. "I always knew you would. Now remember this crucial fact. Absolutely do not stop waking up early. This rigorous discipline is your actual life now." A full year later, Oliver had successfully climbed the ranks to become the massive company's senior lead corporate accountant. He moved his sweet mother out of the poor village and into a beautiful apartment, securing her the absolute best medical care. And every single morning, precisely at 5 o'clock, he still faithfully woke up. His confused coworkers would frequently ask him, "Oliver, why do you constantly still torture yourself by waking up so incredibly early?" He would just smile and wisely reply, "True success is absolutely never a final destination. It is a relentless daily practice. And my practice always begins perfectly at 5 in the morning." My friends, Oliver's incredible journey is undeniable proof that your current life can absolutely change. The massive difference between exactly where you currently are and exactly where you desperately want to be is not natural-born talent or dumb luck. It is exactly how you purposefully use the precious hidden time when everyone else in the world is deeply sleeping. Between 5 and 7 in the morning, the whole entire world is perfectly quiet. Your mental willpower is operating at its maximum peak. This is strictly when you must rigorously do the hard, deep work that radically alters your entire life path. So, here is your massive personal challenge. Step 1. Tonight, confidently set your loud alarm for exactly 5 in the morning and put your phone across the room so you are forced to stand up to turn it off. Step 2. Decide exactly what powerful skill you will relentlessly build during your crucial first hour and fiercely commit to mastering it for exactly 90 uninterrupted days. Step 3. Viciously protect your early bedtime at 9 at night. You simply cannot possibly wake up refreshed if you continually sleep late. If you forcefully wake up at exactly 5 in the morning every single day for exactly 90 consecutive days and rigorously use those 2 golden hours with immense burning purpose, your entire life will absolutely not look the same. You will undeniably become a vastly stronger, highly disciplined, and capable person. If you are genuinely ready to permanently join the Early Morning Success Club, aggressively hit that like button right this very second to cement your firm commitment. Then, confidently drop a bold comment below, actively telling me exactly what you are going to build during your crucial first hour tomorrow morning. Let us strictly hold each other accountable on this journey. Subscribe to this channel right now because every single week I will consistently bring you incredible true stories of amazing people who completely radically transformed their lives. Your vastly superior future self is impatiently waiting for you right on the other side of that ringing alarm clock. Do not make them wait another single day.